All right, looks like we're on. This is HK7335 coming at you tonight on a Saturday evening. I'm raring to go. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm excited. We're going to continue working on my DL44 here in Blender, my custom one. I'm using an existing model that somebody made and put up on Thingiverse. I suppose I should probably give an attribution to them, possibly. And it's a decent model. You know, it's not great, but I mean, it's got all this awesome faceting, which I don't know what that's about, but we're not producing parts like that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and work on the next thing. We actually started on the muzzle, and I'm going to show you the difference between what we're making and what we're working from. So this is the muzzle from the model that I downloaded on Thingiverse. And as you can see, it's a triangulated nightmare. Something about the way STLs get made when you export them out of various programs, it's really just kind of a nightmare. I'm not exactly sure what the heck's going on or what kind of math is involved, but it's messy. So anyway, that's that. Here's the one we made. Definitely much better. So yeah, and this was a combination of some different things here. We got subdivision surface on there. You take that off, then you know it's a little rougher. We also got some booleans going on. We got the muzzle holes booleaned in, and then we've got some notches in the back that we booleaned. So anyway, if you want to see how I did that, you can watch the video from last week. Just need to have a little drink there for a second. And yeah, let's go ahead and get cracking. I'm going to open up some files here in Krita. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to get my rough parts. Let me see if I can get all my rough parts built today while we're streaming. So we're going to need next, let's go ahead and build this grip frame. And I'm just going to keep this really rough because I don't want to just recreate this gun. There's some specific goals that I want to have. I'd like the hammer to be able to work, at least to some degree, be able to change positions. I'd like this lower receiver to be accessible on the interior so I can maybe hide a battery and put some LEDs in a couple of different places. I also want a functional trigger. So these are probably not things we're going to get to today, but what we're going to try to do is just block everything out, and maybe we'll get a few parts finished out. So I'm probably going to be connecting these two parts together right here, and drop this grip in. Oh, and I just realized you do not have screencast keys on. Let's turn them on. Click, click, click. Okay, cool. Now we can see something. I'm going to move my head over just a little bit so we can see the screencast keys. Ooh, there it is. Oh, you know what? It's not even. Is it not even on? Is it showing up? I can't tell. I think it is. All right. So here we go. We got screencast keys now so we can see what we're doing. And we are in object mode in Blender, and we're looking at parts. So I think the first thing we'll do is we'll just rough this part out. We're going to leave this trigger section out here because what I'd like to be able to do, I might even just take this whole part here and make it so it's a module that can just slot up into here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to my actual collection where I'm going to put my final parts. I need to also make another folder here and call this booleans or bools. Usually what I say, bools. We're going to put our holes and notches into here, and that just helps keep, you know, final parts that are ready to get exported will be in here, and all the tools that we use to make them will be in here. So it keeps things a little more organized. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just make a cube right now. And because of my settings for scale, I go into, I believe it's right in here. Yeah. So my unit system is set to metric. My unit scale is set to millimeters. Okay. So now I could say, I could go down here and say millimeters, but if I do that, that actually kind of changes stuff. So this is what I've discovered is the setup that works, at least as far as I've always known it, for exporting models directly out to a 3D printer and having them be the right size. So they're not going to be 100 feet tall or super, super tiny. They're going to be correct when you drop them on your build plate in your slicer. Very important. So anyway, let's see here. All right, so we got our cube. Let's just check our views. We need to be in orthographic mode. So we're going to go to edit mode here, and we're going to just scale this cube up a little bit. And then we're going to pull some points. GX. Whoa. Take it easy. What's going on here? Okay, GX. We're going to go back. I think we're going to go all the way back to here. We're gonna make some cuts and use some booleans to kind of get what we're looking for. Yeah, that's got that nice curve, so we'll stop about right there. Go back to the side view again, and we might actually change the orientation of this model because right now it's running along the x-axis, and I prefer my models to run along the y-axis. Up here, I like them to run front to back instead of left to right. So I think we're going to take advantage of this moment where we don't really have anything made yet except for this muzzle, which I did not parent my booleans to it. So I'm going to do that right now, and that way I can actually rotate this thing. If I rotated it right now, if I clicked on this and I'm going to just go here and set this to active element. If I go here and just rotate it on Z, first of all, it's going to be really slow, but it's also going to mess everything up. Yeah, see, my booleans fell off. So let's undo that, and we'll fix it. So my booleans should come back in a second here. Yep, there they are. So now to make sure we can actually move everything around, first, I'm going to turn off viewport visibility, and then I'm going to use a feature of an add-on that I purchased called HardOps, and it is an incredible tool that I hardly know how to use, but I do use certain things in it all the time. If I go down here to Operations with the object selected and I click Late Parent, it will automatically parent any Boolean operators that I have. As you can see, muzzle holes and muzzle notches are now under the part inside the hierarchy. Okay, so they are. So what that means is, if I'm going to turn them back on, and I'm going to see if I can move this thing. Okay, that's why it's looking like that. All right, let's go back to 3D cursor, and we'll just do this. I actually do actually want to rotate this thing, so we'll go back to here. All right, here we go. So we're going to rotate this 90 degrees in Z. We're going to go R, Z, 90, and hopefully that'll go the right way. Nope, it's the wrong way. I almost always do that. Always. It's always the wrong way. But, okay, it's easy to fix. And as you can see, my booleans are still there. And that is because they are now parented to this part. So, okay, so let's see here. All right, so we just turned the subdivision back on. Everything's choking. I'm going to go ahead and disable the viewport visibility on this part for right now so we can actually do some shit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm going to try to keep this channel family friendly. Mostly it's just because I'm trying to police my own speech now. So you know, I want to clean up my act, so to speak. Yes, I'm banging on those keys. They are a bit loud. This is a mechanical keyboard. Great for gaming, which we'll be doing. Okay, do we have freedom of movement yet, or did we crash? Did we crash? Come on now, Blender. Don't do that to me. Ah, here we go. Sometimes it just locks up. All right, so I'm going to turn off viewport visibility, and that way this thing's not going to be choking us out. We're going to hide the muzzle because we don't really need it right now. And then we're going to rotate this thing. So RZ minus 90, okay. And then we're going to take all this stuff right here, turn it back on, and we're going to select all of this stuff. And we're going to rotate it RZ minus 90. And just to make sure, we're only using this as a reference, so we really don't have to do anything else. This really is a pretty decent model. It's too bad that it's so faceted, because if it was cleaner, it would actually be usable. I mean, at least the proportions are really good. So hats off to the person who made it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can find the attribution for this, because I know I have it. Let's go into where it is. I want to give a credit to this person. Original files. Okay, here is the person. Hey, what's up, Charlie? How's it going? This was designed by Alan Stanford, and he's got a link to where he originally put it on his My Mini Factory site. And yeah, nice job, Alan. We're going to use it as a template. So, all right. So we just want the, let's see, what parts do we want? Let's hide this cube for a second. We want this and this and this for right now. So we're going to hide everything else. And let's see. All right, we are in orthographic mode. Let's bring my cube back up, and let's see if we can actually do something. Make sure. Okay. I made some changes to my UI. And originally, when I was in object mode, I could see through an object when I went into, well, it's basically like, it's like a transparent mode, an X-ray mode. That's what it's called. Did I lose my screencast keys or something? GY. Okay, there we go. I'm not seeing my, oh, there they are. Okay. It's really not the best place for them now that I think about it, because it's kind of blocking the panel down there. So let's move them. So I know I'm wasting a lot of time right now with sort of nonsensical things, but I'm going to be on for a while, so we'll have plenty of time to get through what we're doing tonight. How do I move this? Oh, here we go. Let's move it over here. All right, here we go. Now, we want to be in edit mode. Let's go into edge mode, and we're going to make some cuts. I'd really like to be able to see through this. So I'm going to go into wireframe mode real quick, because for some reason I'm not able to see what I want to see. Okay, so it looks like this piece here kind of fits into a notch on the gun itself. So we're going to go ahead and get that. First, we're going to have to break this so it bends down. We're going to just add a loop right here. And then we're going to add another loop right here. And we're going to take these two verts and just pull them down. If you hold down the shift key, you can get a lot finer movement. And I'm going to break this whole section out too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another loop that just runs across. And I think what I'm going to do first back into solid mode. We'll go back to edit mode. I think I'm actually going to get rid of these spaces right here. And plus, I think I'm going to get rid of these spaces too. Just for now. You can always get them back. That's not a problem. I want to make sure that we are able to see through this. I can't right now. That's really annoying. I'm going to delete this. And we're going to have a loop right here. I think we're going to take this edge and drop it. We'll bring this in here like this. Let's see. Let's bring these down. Oh yeah, they're way too high. Okay, so we're going to go about right there. And then, yeah, we need to bring this over to right there. And it looks like we're going to need a couple of loops in here so we can get this curve. And we can always add some more if we need to. I'm going to take this edge here and go down to here. We want to come down to this edge here. And then, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to make it so these two pieces here are one. And then the trigger and the grip are going to be their own thing. That just slap into the bottom of the gun. That's the plan. So let's go back to the side view. Bring that down like that. We just did an extrusion with a, I'm going to do one more loop cut right here just so we can bring this out. We'll clean all this up later, but right now we're just trying to get a rough form. So let's take this over here and let's move it up against this. Let's go to X movement. So, okay, that's cool. That kind of helps. Looks like we need a loop cut right here. Yep, okay, I see it. Bring it up. I'm going to have to straighten everything out. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the 3D cursor on that vertex right there. And we'll select all three of these and we'll go SZ0. And that lines everything up. I think what we want to do here is we want to take this and move this back. That is part of that. Okay. Now see, here's where it gets a little tricky because, oh, yeah, it's not going to be tricky. Never mind. Ignore me. I always think everything's trickier than it really is until I figure it out, which can sometimes take hours. Okay. All right, so I'm kind of seeing what I have to do here. We have, looks like we're going to need to cut in a little bit. We might actually, what we might want to do is actually just take this whole thing and move it in more because we've got some extrusions that come off of this surface. Yeah, we'll do that. So now we're kind of lining up a little better. We are going to need to do something down here, not a problem. In fact, I think what we'll do is we will go ahead and just connect these up right now. And then we can add some loops. We'll probably Boolean that because it's going to be, you still have to make the curve. And I'm thinking I might want to just Boolean it. Just do a Boolean, you know. It'll get that curve really nice. All right, let's see here. Okay. audible or something? Can you guys hear me okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn on. Oh, this is different on this side, so I guess I can't really mirror it, but I'm guessing that the overall shape is the same. So I am going to mirror this. In order to mirror it properly, I'm going to have to first just make sure this thing is all centered, and it's not. So we better fix that right now. We better fix that right now. Okay, so we'll hide this. Let's take all these parts, everything back. Look at the grips. I don't think we need grips. Where are the grips? Oh, scales. Yes. Okay, so we take all of these things and I'm gonna have to center them pretty roughly. Okay, I thought if I let's smooth that a little bit. Hello. Why aren't you moving? You can eyeball this. The reference doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but that is pretty close. So let's go ahead and hide all that other stuff. Oh yeah, we want the hammer. So yeah, we're gonna hide this. Hide these guys. There's a lot of stuff here. My cube back right here. Bring that back out on X. Okay, and we're gonna zero it out. So if you noticed in this panel here, all those little values, when I moved this on the X, it put new values for location. Nothing for scale, but if I changed the scale, it would have also put a new value in here. In order to reset an object in Blender, which you kind of have to do if you want to use the modifiers and have them work correctly, you hit Control A. So I'm going to undo that, go back to where I was, but you just hit Control A, and you get a panel where you can set rotation, set the scale, or you could do all of them, location, rotation, and scale. And there's other things you can do in this menu as well, but those three are the ones we're most concerned with. So, all right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually, we're not going to pull that face out. We're going to create another loop cut right here. And we're going to, looks like we're going to need to make another one down here too. Yeah, I think we'll leave that like that. Not ideal, but it'll work. We're going to get rid of these guys because we do not need them. And additionally, since we have locked our location, rotation, and scale, now we can use the mirror modifier over here, and we have another side that's being built at the same time. And it looks like we're pretty close. Not exactly. Check and make sure this thing. Yep. Okay. So it must be wider on one side than on the other. Doesn't look like it is though. Oh, I see. I'm just not completely. The muzzle is centered, but the body is a little bit off center. That's interesting. Is that intentional? Is that? Oh, that might just be how I put it together. Okay. Yep. Because this is a whole collection of parts that I just grabbed and tried to put together. So I'm going to see if I can center these up a little better. They're pretty sad. Let's go to wireframe mode. That should be good. Oh, I think we want the upper receiver. Okay, that's lined up with the muzzle, which we just centered. So that's weird. Is that thing not aligned correctly? Oh, you know what? It isn't. Okay, so let's go into edit mode for that. See if we can line this up a little better. Try this muzzle. I think we need to go just a little bit this way. Yeah, that was a little over a half a millimeter move. So I'm going to copy this value. Probably not going to be exact, but I'm going to move all these parts. I just take everybody into edit mode. Do this a little more quickly. Good? No, still not. Oh, we're kind of good. Yeah, okay. I think we are good now. If I take this and select everything, move it over on X. Now this is a lot faster to do it this way than it would be for me to do this if I was just working off of pictures. So it looks like we've got a little bit. We need to go over just a little bit right there. We're going to take this edge here. See what happens when we remove this. I don't think we're going to see much, but I'm going to find out. No, it's just a thing. So this is probably just, we're just going to make this a little shelf that this thing would sit on, and then we'll cut it. We'll cut a notch in for it to go into. What we'll do. Okay, we've got the cube. So yeah, we're going to make a loop cut right here. We're going to make another loop cut right here. Because what we want to do is get this notch, and then we're going to make another one right here so we can get this little step. So we'll take this face out. Okay, so now I think we can actually take these edges, all these edges, and we can extrude them. First of all, let's go into mirror and we're going to turn on clipping. So what that means is when I cross this y-axis, any points that are mirrored will automatically fuse with each other. I'm going to isolate this so you can see that because it's pretty cool. So we're going to hit extrude and we're going to extrude along X, and they just lock together. So I can't move them any farther. If I hit GX, I can't do anything. So there's our notch for that sort of heatsink looking component. Bring everything back. And also for this dude, which we'll make as a separate part and bring it in. I'm going to pull up some reference right now for this gun. And we'll switch over to that and just take some notes. Oh yeah, a lot of variation. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this up real quick so we can kind of look at this and talk about it. Okay, so here's somebody's DL44 that they built. Very nice model. Looks like it's actually metal. I know they do make a metal kit for this gun that you can buy and put together, and then it's all blued and you can wear it down or weather it and make it look really cool. But yeah, if we're looking at this cylinder part here, we've got some similarities going on. Obviously, there's a piece like right along here. This is probably the magazine, the edge of the magazine for the gun. I think this is the magazine is right in here. fits up in here, and you load your bullets that way. You do have another image. Oh, this thing's not working. Hold on. Get my Queon tablet working, so my pen works. Let's see, does it work now? Oh, come on, Queon tablet. Need to work. Update. No update. Okay. Why is this not going? You know, it's possible this pen is dead. So we'll just see if we can get over here with the old mouse. So we got this gun here, and this one kind of has that little hoopty down here, this little stair thing, but it's very close to these discs, and these discs are all really thin, except for this one. This one's pretty thick. I'm guessing these were probably washers that were cut and shaped. Though this actually looks like a digital model. I'm guessing this is a digital model, but I could be wrong. Might not be. So I'm going to go back to the other one though, because I kind of like it better. And we're going to kind of base off of this one and the one we have as a virtual model right here. Here's another important detail that isn't showing up on the Thingiverse model, and this is more of a high-end thing anyway, so I'm not surprised that it's not on this free model. Is we've got this really nice little curve here that I think you can see. Yeah, my cursor's showing up. We've got this really nice little curve here that we want to build in, and then we're going to be able to drop the trigger all the way in. I'd love to see one of these taken apart, because I feel like there's got to be a cover plate in order to get to the trigger mechanism and stuff. But I'm just, because it's got all this detail on it, we're going to have to just kind of create our own, because this isn't a real Mauser that we're making, which is what this blaster was based off of. So we're going to go back to Blender, and I've got my I have an excellent connection. Frida? No, not. Oh, now it's there. It is. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're back. Streamlabs crashed, so my apologies for that. And we're gonna try to get back to where we were at. So. I want my little dude. So it looks like this does have similar geometry. It does have these raised areas. It's just got different detail in here. So I think we're okay with the mirror. Yeah, we're okay right now with this. So we've got a raised area we've got to bring out here. Let's see if we have, oh no, we don't. Let's get that. Okay. Do an extrusion. Bring that out. Okay, so we've got our basic receiver here. I think I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. And I'm not like super concerned with matching up exactly to this model. I just want to be close, because I am going to be making changes to this. I'm not sure yet how, but I want to start off with the basic framework that has the, has the right vibe. So go ahead and isolate this again so we can finish closing everything out. Then we'll go ahead and do this. Then already got the edge turned on, but I keep turning it back on. All right, let's see what we need to do up here. There's probably something we need to do up here to kind of beef that up just a bit. Well, no, it doesn't look like it. Let's go back and look at our image in Krita real quick. Looks like something happens up here. Here we are. Looks like something happens up here. I'm not sure yet what. Let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit. Just like Photoshop. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be doing something a little different with our discs. We're gonna do something more like this, where they were kind of just fitted onto the actual model. Yeah, let's just rotate this real quick. How did I do that? I just got this to rotate. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. All right, so okay, there's that, and okay, yeah, there's a lot of contour detail that we can see in here that we just don't have right now on this particular model. Interestingly, though, it does look like there's some kind of a surface there, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be just something that the barrel is sitting on. Look at this other image and see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So this is the part of the slide right here that fits over. This is probably a rail, like right underneath this. Although it looks like these are filled in. I don't know if that. I don't think that moves back and forth. I think this moves back and forth. So, okay, that's interesting. That's definitely something we're going to have to figure out. And it looks like this part here is part of the lower receiver. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But yeah, this is a detailed gun. We're going to have some fun with this. Yes, we are. Okay. See, if I was just making this up out of my head, it would be pretty quick. Because I just make some interesting shapes and stick them together and give them an implied functionality. Oh, now see, here's something. This side, I don't know if we're looking at this backwards or not, but these raised areas don't appear to be on this model. Let's look at this one again. So when I say the raised areas, I'm referring to these areas here. Okay, so I'm not seeing those in these images. What I am seeing is a recessed area here and another one here. So this side, this one, we get a look at this side. Now here we got something completely different going on. Almost kind of similar to the other one, where again though we do not have discernible raised areas. You can tell because this contour is not broken by anything raised. So I'm actually going to get rid of those because I don't think they're correct. I'm going to get rid of them. think what I'm going to do is maybe pull this out. We'll just make the gun just a little bit wider. We could certainly do that. There's room for that. So let's go ahead and we're going to take these faces out. And we'll take these out. And you'll see why in a minute. Because then we're going to get rid of these. All of these guys here. And we're just going to connect these together. I'm able to do this this bit here with the making faces by just hitting F by using an add-on called F2. Okay, so my next issue is I've got a transition right here that I have to eliminate. So first off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this that I just made. I'll just take this edge here, and I'll just drive it into here. I'll take this edge and drive it into here. And since we have, we don't have auto merge on, so I'm going to hit 3, and that just went and merged all the vertices together that needed to be. Okay, so we're going to have to pull this out, which is not a problem. So we're going to kind of do the same thing we just did. We're going to take these out. Oh, this is 1 and 2. And we'll take these guys here. I'm in that X-ray mode right now, which I'm not crazy about having to be in because there's a lot that I can't see right now. Yes, we're just right here. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to make that up too, aren't I? You know what? It's probably gonna be easier to do this. Okay. Watch this. We're gonna undo everything we just did. And I've got a lot of undo levels on this, so we can get through this pretty fast. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just take these faces out. And get rid of these raised areas, which is what I should have done to begin with. If my face was on the screen right now, it would be so red. Just because, sometimes the best approach isn't immediately obvious, especially while you're figuring something out. So now I've got to kind of rebuild this surface. That's going to be fun. We're going to take this edge and we're going to pull this edge out because it does need to come out. We don't have a file there. So we're going to take this edge too. Do we need to do that? I don't know. Maybe we don't need to do that. So maybe after we get this part built, we're going to eliminate looking at this lower receiver here, at least for the moment. I probably should rough in the trigger housing and the grip, just so we kind of got it all there. So yeah, let's do that. First thing I got to do though is reconnect all of this. So we're going to do that by doing this. And just rebuild it. And we need some loop cuts here. Yeah, we got one there. Got one about right there. Got one here. I'll just split the difference for that. And then we got another one about now, let's do this. Okay. Oh, and we do need a thing right there. Okay, now I'm going to reconnect all this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take this edge here and I'm going to just extrude it out on Y about right here, I think. We'll pick this. Okay, let me bring back this lower receiver real quick just so we can kind of get a sense of what we're doing. Because we don't actually even need that cut there, but I like this cut here because it does seem like a natural breakpoint for this assembly here. So we're going to leave that cut in. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to make this vertex match it. All right. Now we can take this, go like this, go like this. We'll go kind of like what we did before with this. All right. Yeah. Okay. We're almost there. So now this is going to go. Actually, we're going to just take this and let it figure it out for us. There we go. Okay, cool. That is basically what we had before. So now we're going to take all these edges here and we're going to just kind of connect everybody up. And we're probably going to need to get these points here. This is probably not merged, but it could be. Okay, according to my statistics panel, there is only one vertex here. I'll make sure we are in see-through mode. Yep. Okay, so we are good. We have no stray vertices, but I can hit that just to be sure. Oh, and we should probably do this too. Let's go ahead and get this. Okay. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. Let's see what we got. So we got this lower receiver. Let's go ahead and work this out. Now the shape of this grip frame, I think, is pretty dead on. So we're going to stick with that. I am going to go back into Krita here real quick, though. Oh, shit. I've been in Krita the whole time, haven't I? Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, let me show you what I just did. So initially I had those raised areas. I cut them out and rebuilt this whole section here with all the loop cuts in it, which we probably don't need so many of them now. I'm going to take a few of them out. This one has to stay. These three have to stay because they're defining this curve right now. And this one appears to be the only one that can move. No, that one can't go either. All right, they all have to stay. So anyway, we just rebuilt this, but let's go back into Krita again for a second. And this time, I won't forget that that's where I am. Just move that window. Here we go. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, the angle of this handle looks pretty close to what I've got now. I think I might sweep it back just a little bit, like maybe 1 degree. So let's go back into Blender and do that. Let's bring back all of this stuff. Yeah, see, I think it's just a little bit too far forward. So I'm going to take it and see if I can't just swing it back here. I'm going to put the 3D cursor like right there. And then we're going to get our points. see everybody. Okay, now we're in transparency mode. So we want to start about right here. Get all of that. All of that. This guy. And this guy. And this guy. And this guy. I think that's going to do it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to use the shearing tool. And as you can see, it goes right to the 3D cursor. 3D cursor is just an awesome little tool. So we can tilt this back. Oops, we missed some points. Okay. We can tilt this back. See, we could rotate it, but I don't like rotating it because, I mean, rotating it actually might be an okay way to go. Let's just see what happens. So we're going to get a little extension right there. That actually is not bad. Yeah, that feels a little better to me. This just felt a little too jammed up right in here. So I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I'm going to go like that. We actually went 5 degrees. But, you know, I think it looks good. I think I like that. So rotating did work. We could have also sheared it. And we've actually maintained most of the integrity of this original model. So that is cool. So what we're going to do right now is I want to rough this in as one piece, this frame, and we'll probably take the frame all the way up to the base of the hammer, and then we'll bring it across and build this all in. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So let's see. What's the best way to do this? What's the best way to do this? Let's take this too. Oh, that's all integrated. Okay, so we're going to select this part first. We're going to pull this guy out of here. Let's just isolate it. See the whole thing. What a mess. I don't even think we're going to grab these bases. We'll just do something new. I don't even need all of them. Yeah, I do need these though, because I need to know what this width is. Let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. Flat bases. Okay. Well, that helped a bit. Nothing on this side, so we'll do that again. Okay. Cool. Now this. Sometimes you can get that to work on curved surfaces as long as you've got a representative from every part of the curve selected. So let's see what happens. Select part of this. Let's go select flat faces, and well, I got some of it. We just want to isolate this. We're gonna reshape it. We're not gonna do that to this. We're gonna make a totally new model. But right now, I just need a placeholder. I need a dummy object. It's got roughly the same dimensions as what I'm gonna ultimately make. We're gonna do a few very simple modifications to this part after we get it out of here. I'm going to grab these because I can make this a little less nonsensical. All right, we're going to take this and put these guys here too. Boy, what a nasty mess STL makes of everything. Okay, let's go ahead and yank this out of here. Don't need these, but this out. Call this trigger. Trigger and guard. Let's put guard, right? There we go, guard. Okay. And let's bring back the, hide this. Let's bring back the, where is it? Grip frame. Okay, so we got this, and the cube, which we don't need right now. This is that. We don't need that right now. We do need these two things. So we're going to rebuild these. I think if I take a cylinder, put a cylinder right there, go into my actual here. Call this lower receiver, and we're going to put a cylinder right here. We need to rotate it on X 90 degrees. Not 903, 90. Thank you. And we need to rotate it on Z 90 degrees. Actually, we probably just needed to rotate it on Y 90 degrees, not X. Okay, now we obviously need to scale it up. So that's good, about right there. Probably bring it up just a little bit. Okay. So that's not bad right there. Now we just want one face. We don't want both of these faces. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's get rid of some of these extra vertices that we don't need. I'm going to pull this one up to here like so. Actually, no. Pull this one over here. Pull this one over here. And take this. Right in like that. Just going to kind of follow this curve a little bit. Yeah, like I said, if I was just building off of something out of my head, it would definitely go faster than this. So I'm going to take an edge off of here. I'm just going to extrude it up. And we're going to go up to there like so, right there. I'm going to bring this over to here. This over to here. Now see, this is where I wish that I was getting transparency. Even though I'm in X-ray mode, which I should be, I wouldn't really know unless I okay, I am in X-ray mode. No. X delete vertices. There we go. Okay. So I think I want this to be more straight, but maybe the Mauser has a curved handle like that. I think the front part of the grip is straight, and I think the back part is too, honestly. What we might want to do though is we might want to just shear this up just a little bit. Here, bring it back right there. And I'm going to take this one and move it out just a little bit. So we've got a little bit more meat right there, but I think this edge should be straighter than what we've currently got. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extrude some points. And I'm going to bring back the hammer portion of this and kind of see what we're doing. probably okay right there. Let's take it up to there, and then we're going to go across like this, right there. I don't know why we have that gap. That's kind of strange, huh? Why do we have that gap there? Oh, am I just not back far enough? Maybe I'm not. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm not back far enough. I'm not back far enough. Wow. Okay. Okay, so now I'll go and just move this back. There we go. That's better. All right, remember we're going to boolean this curve back in there. This I want to bring all this down. Let's see how this. No, that's not going to work. Okay. All right, that's better. Now I need to finish making this. And let's go ahead and get it mated up where it needs to go. We are in edit mode now. Select everything. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, now we can kind of come back and sort of regroup. I want to see if this little notch here is present. So let's go back to here just for a moment. Oh, here we go. Yeah, kind of. But it seems more rounded. That feels like something you would catch your finger on. So yeah, we're gonna make that a little more artistic. Okay, I think I'm back. I think. So it seems like every time I go over to Krita, that's when we have issues. So what I was just doing is finishing up this guard, built in all these points. We've only got one face right now and an edge. So we're kind of building stuff that we're going to fill in. And we've just moved this point here. We've extruded it up to here. And we've got it to be the same height as this. So now we want this guy to be at the same endpoint as this one. So I think I'm back. Yeah, it looks like I am. I just got a fresh cup of tea and I'm very happy about that. Thank you, Mrs. HK. All right. So now what we have first is we have to build in these guys. So we're going to do that real quick, like so. I'm just going to extrude this. And this is kind of similar to what you do with retopology. If you don't know what that is when you make a low-res version of an object out of a high-res version. Now, we're not doing that here, but we are using similar techniques to kind of capture the essence of this this lower receiver so we can see what we're doing. We can capture the essence of this part. We're making a whole new one that we're going to do different things with, like ideally make it functional. That's kind of the goal. And I actually Googled a bunch of trigger assemblies the other night to kind of get a sense of what's involved, and none of them really looked that complicated. But still, it's going to be a new thing, so we'll see how it goes. You can almost kind of see the faceting here. And then we're going to capture these two. Okay, so now the fun part is going to be hooking all this up. So this and this and this can be a quad. Oh, hold on. First off, we're going to have to do this. Take these two edges here, and then we'll take this edge and this edge, and we'll go like that. And we're going to need, obviously, another... oh, you know, I think what I want to do is maybe make something that runs through here that I could connect this with. So that way, I'm going to take this edge, just bring it up here. And then what we'll do is we'll add a vertex here by subdividing it. And we've got a vertex here, we'll double tap G and bring that up there, and then we can take this and go like that, and this and go like this and go like that, and weld them together. And now we can do some stuff. Okay, so we can take this here, and then we're going to need, so we can get, let me do this. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We'll just go like this, boom, 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 boom. Okay, and we're going to need to do something similar here. So what I could do, I don't have the mirror modifier on this right now. I probably should put that on. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is zeroed out so we can mirror it. Actually, let's do, we got to do that in object mode. Okay, cool. There's our mirror modifier working. Nice. And let's see here. What do we got to do? We just want to connect all this stuff up. So let's get these edges here. Flipping. E-X. And what this red is that means I've got flipped normals. So I'm going to use a mesh cleanup tool that comes with Machine Tools, which is made by the same guy who makes Mesh Machine. If you're not into Blender, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, but if you are, it's a fantastic add-on for modeling and super helpful. Okay, so now what it did is it flipped everything around the wrong way, which is fine because all we have to do is, now interestingly enough, it did not flip that the right way, or the wrong way. Only these parts. Okay, so we're going to have to select everything. Actually, no, we'll just select this. And we'll flip that. Okay, that's better. That's better. All right, so now we need a piece right here for this. And then we're going to need, kind of distracting right now having this trigger and guard in here. I think we're going to have to get rid of that for a second. Okay. We can bring this up. We're going to need 1, 2, and probably going to need, there's an edge right there. I know there is. At least there's supposed to be an edge right there. I don't know where it went. Oh, I bet it got deleted. Oh, all those edges got deleted that I made because they weren't connected to faces. Okay, I could undo. I think I'm going to because it wiped out a lot of stuff when I used that tool. There they are. Okay, let's get them back. Let's go ahead and we need to extrude this stuff. Yeah, we're just going to do that real quick. All right, that's better. Do the same thing over here. Down here. I'll select this. And this. And go EX. There we go. Now we're solidified a little better. Let's go ahead and add a loop cut right here. Pull that up. And I know it looks kind of weird because we've got stuff that's doing one thing when it should be doing another. And we'll fix that in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and loop cut that, so this will work. And I think we'll have to loop cut this. So that'll work. Okay, can we select the edge that I actually want? Thank you. Very nice, very nice. Okay, don't have anything back there yet. We do have something here, so that's interesting. I wonder if that will actually go to there. We're going to have a little fun with that, for sure. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I don't think we'll do anything with that yet. Let's take that out. That's probably a little premature. Because what we can do right here is we can take this, we can build that and that, and don't really want to build that yet. I think, yeah, let's hold off on that. Okay, that's better. Now we're looking at this thing more like it's supposed to be. Let's go ahead and just isolate it so we're not looking at anything else. And get rid of the grip frame. We will put the holes back into it, but right now we just need to build this up. Okay, so we're going to put a loop cut right here with that, and right here with that. Let's go ahead and do these. And then let's see, we've got, could take these two, kind of like to just loop cut this one. So we'll go here, and then we'll go here, and we'll go like this, with those. And then we got one more. If we go there, that's a quad. We want to try to keep quads as much as possible. It's not as critical anymore that you do that, but this is just, I just think it makes for an overall tidier mesh when all is said and done. So that's just something I like to do, but you actually don't have to stick to quad modeling anymore the way you used to. Okay, so this is totally hideous. Let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and subdivide this, do that, and then we're going to need one right here. So let's go ahead and do these. So we may actually have to redo these faces right here. So it's something more along the lines of, oh, well, no, actually, that's working good. Let's just move this down just a little bit, closer to the end. There we go. Now we got a nice kind of sweep there. I like that. We do need to keep this in, but I'm wondering if we can do something else here. Let's kind of pull that down just a little bit. Like that. Okay. All right, so just clean up that arc a little bit. Now we've got this fun in here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge, subdivide it, get another vertex that we can work off of, and we're going to line it up with this guy right here. And we'll make an edge there. And then we can kind of build some stuff in. I think the other thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to take this and I'm going to subdivide again. Just find out what that is. That's one way. Okay, now they're in the same place. And then we can take this little edge and we can subdivide it 1, 2, and 3 times. And then we can go like this. Boom, 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 boom. And then we want something that goes like this. And then we're going to come down. We're going to go here. And there. And that's about as far as we want to go with that. So we're going to subdivide this edge. It's almost in exactly the right spot. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Whoa. Okay. 1, 2, 3 again in here. I thought wheel up would add more points, but it didn't. It just zoomed in. Okay. So it looks like that actually might need to come back this way a little bit. There we go. And now we've got a quad right here. It's not an ideal situation, but it's not terrible. It could be worse. And we'll probably fix that as we go. But right now we just want to kind of get something. Let me go ahead and loop cut that right there. Oh, can I loop cut that? Whoa! Uh-oh. Get rid of space. And let's go and put this edge back together. Do I have auto merge on? Yes, I do. Okay. And I think then now we can go ahead and do this. And we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have something here, but I don't like that. I want to get the knife tool out, and I'm going to just kind of go across and kind of just follow this around here a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to see if I can make a loop cut right here. Cool, now I can grab these two, join them up, and look at that. That went all the way up like that. That is nice. That's much better. Now, could potentially, see, it'd be nice if I could have just a ring all the way around that, but at some point I know it's not going to work. I'm going to try something. Now, see, either way, I'm going to have to create a split there. So I think I'm just going to leave it because it is all quads right now. Let me take these and I'm kind of biased over towards the trigger a little bit. And the reason why is because at some point I think I'm going to want to bevel this edge to create more of a contour. And that's looking pretty good right there. Look at that. Like that. Yeah. Okay. I think I can get rid of this edge and this edge. And I can instead do this edge. Cool. Let's take these. This is another Machine Tools product. Very handy. Alright, so we've got an edge right here. And then we've got another one right there. But now we're running into a problem right here. So the easy thing to do would be to yank this face out and subdivide this over to here so we can kind of get more of a curve in. Okay, and probably going to get rid of this one too, because I think we're going to need an extra face. And we'll continue refining this arc just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now I can do this again. Got 1, 2. Then we're going to need, we've got 1 here, which we can do. So now we've got an extra face. So what I think we might want to do at this point is, because this arc is kind of straight, I think I'm just going to jam it right up into there. And we can always bring these guys out. Let's go back. Let's open up these vertices. Yeah, that's okay. And we're going to take this one here. No, this one here. We're going to just kind of go up, and then we're going to take this here and go up. We're going to take this here and go up. And now we can fill this in. And that looks pretty cool. Except now we need to bring this guy back so we can make the trigger, the dummy trigger, and this cutout. There's a cutout here. Hello, where are you? Oh, is that, where's the other part? Oh, it's the grip frame, right. Okay, cool. So that's cool. We can kind of see what's going on there. It looks like there's a cylinder or something in there. Part of it, there's some kind of an arc. I think we can build that. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that center line. But we're going to need to move this over. Wait, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to actually make another thing right here. Do this. I don't think this has to be a perfect match. So we're going to take this one and take it to the sort of the high spot. Actually, no, let's not do that yet. We're going to need one here. We're going to need one in here. Just like that. And now we can take these guys and go like that. And we can probably take this and go like that. So it lines up better. And this guy, we'll just move him by himself. How do I know that's a him? Because I'm his creator. Dear boy. All right. All right, we're definitely going to need something here. So we want to bring this in, and then we're going to have it connect up to this and go up through here and up through here. And we aren't getting a lot of loops right now, and I'm not even sure if this is a final object, but we will see. So first thing we'll do is take this face, and we'll go I, and we'll just move it in. Now, take these vertices, and we'll just jam them back in there. Take this, and kind of go like that. Yeah. I'll take this, and kind of go like that. Yeah. Okay, and then we take this face out. And then we're going, wow, look at that. I didn't think that was going to happen. That's kind of cool. So we can actually kind of line it right up with that. This right there. That looks good. But this needs to, oh, did we get some extra loop cuts? No. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Move this up here like this. Put this and move it up. Move it up. Move it down. Move it down. And then we're going to get this side. And it's the same deal. And now we kind of want these to straighten out, so I'm going to select all of them, and then hit Control A and go to straighten, and that straightens them all out. So they're kind of all based off of this point now, but they're going in a nice straight line. And we can pull some of these faces out. Sweet. Okay. So we are off to a good start here. We have our grip frame. And let's go ahead. I don't know if we really need to worry about the trigger yet. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Yeah, we know there's a trigger in there, right? So let's bring back, let's call this grip, trigger, and grip. Okay, and then so we've got a lower receiver, we've got a trigger and grip frame. What do we have red over here? What's going on over here? Looks like something's not right. Something's not right. Oh, it's that. We have not. Okay, I see what's going on here. All right, yes, we need to do this. Boom, boom. And then we need to hook all this together. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll just select this whole loop by holding down Shift and Alt and clicking on one segment, and then we'll go EX, drag it on over, and we'll do the same thing here. I always select one at a stage, but if you just hold down Shift and Alt and then click on a loop, it'll select, or an edge, it'll select the whole loop. So if like we had a loop over here, if we wanted to select this loop, then we just click out so nothing's on, hold down Shift and Alt and click, and that selects the whole loop. Very handy. Very, very handy. Like this loop here, let's say we wanted to get rid of this. So we're out here, hold down Shift and Alt, click on that, selects the whole loop. What an awesome, awesome little gimmick that is. Okay, so here we go. Okay, cool. So we got that roughed in. We're getting some stuff roughed in. This is good. This is very good. Now, I could at this point maybe start doing some Booleans. I definitely want to make room for this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and make room for this right now. Do that right here. And, golly, I think we're going to need, I think I'm going to just take these guys right here out. And probably, let's isolate this. See, we're going to take these guys out. And we're probably going to need at least these guys out. I think that's going to have to be how that works. Let's go ahead and bring the trigger thing back. Yeah, okay. Because this is probably going to slip and socket into this right here, and this will be a natural stop for it. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those faces, and we're going to go ahead and build this in here. And I want a little bit of space between these parts. You always want that because I don't know what that distance is there. I'm guessing it's probably half a millimeter. It might even be a millimeter. But you always want this because, let's find out what that is. No, 3. 3? No, 1. Control 1. Okay, there we go. Let's just hit E and X and see how far we go. Oh, it's not that far at all. It's like, that's actually almost perfect. That's about the kind of distance that you want between parts, depending on how you're printing. If you're resin printing, you can go a little less, like maybe half of that, because resin parts are just, they're finer. The layer height is much, much smaller, so the parts come out more true to life and need way less post-processing. But there is some shrinkage that happens with resin that does need to be accounted for from time to time. So, yes, let's let's go ahead and isolate this so we can sort of rebuild this here. And I think what we're going to do is take this edge and we're going to go into, we're just going to bring this back and then bring it up. I don't know how far I want to go. Actually, I do. Right here. We'll put the 3D cursor on those points. And we'll bring this guy up to the same height by scaling on Z, 0 scale. So what that does is it basically scales using this as the center point. And since I made it a 0 scale, I made Z equals 0, it puts these right on the 0 line, right there. Very handy, very handy. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And this is not going to be correct because we need some loop cuts. There's actually, that one was not bad where it is. Let's go ahead and just do another one right here. Bring these up and boom. Okay. And then we're going to need, oh yeah, we're going to need all kinds of loop cuts. We need, well, actually we don't need quite as many loop cuts, interestingly enough. We do not need the same number of loop cuts as what's on the outside, because this is its own thing. This is its own little area, and so it can have different parameters. Okay. I'm going to take that, and to get 2, I'm just going to hit Control and B. I'm going to bevel those suckers. There we go. Now we got 2. I like the distance. Fill that in, and now here's where it gets interesting. Are going to need to add this. We're going to add 1 loop cut going this way, so we can do this. And there it is. All right, now we've got a socket for our trigger mechanism, and we may need to open this up a little bit more too. And we might even create some panels or an opening right here where we can put stuff in and then make that heatsink sort of like a cover, a cap that just fits over it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of things we can do. Right now, I just want to get the shapes roughed out. So let's bring everything back and kind of see where we're at. Okay, so clearly this can come up a little higher. Let's just bring this up a bit. Okay. Go all the way out with that. Oh, we missed one. We missed one. Yeah, we don't want to go right up to the top. We want to kind of maintain that gap. There we go. Okay. Now this, obviously, we're going to have to get that curve in there. That's not going to be that much of a big deal. Let's see where we're at. I think the next thing we need to do is probably, I don't think I want to build the upper receiver yet. Let's have a look at the upper receiver. Okay, so here's the upper receiver. And hey, this is looking pretty good. This is not looking bad at all. So this is a piece that would probably have some kind of articulation. I think this actually pulls back. This piece here actually pulls back, which means if we're going to do that, we're probably going to want to have cool like spring and maybe a lever somewhere so we could have it go come back. So we'll have a spring in here. This would be kind of like a plunger. So we can pull it back to cock the mechanism, and then maybe clip a safety so it stays put, and then when we want to take the safety off, we just push down on the lever, and this goes back. So we can't do that right now, obviously, with this one because it's one big piece. So the question is, what parts need to be movable? And so it looks like this might go into this. Kind of have to look at the pictures, but I'm afraid to open up. Krita because it's been crashing on me. I'm going to go into that other picture. So I'm in Krita right now. I'm just kind of looking around. Oh, okay. Wow. Pardon me. Better have some more heat. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of cool things going on here. A lot of cool things. Is that actually missing the barrel? It sure does look like it is. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to have to probably do a drawing of this upper receiver because I want to build the one that's in this picture. So I think we'll save that part for next time, but right now we might go ahead and maybe work on this heat sink a little bit. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to this other picture real quick. This way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there the heat sink goes all the way to the bottom, and it just kind of wraps around that magazine area. So, yep, we're going to take care of that. And I don't know how many discs we have. I mean, there's a couple of different interpretations of this thing. We've got a central core that seems to have discs that fan out from it. Let's go back to the other one. Yeah, see, now that one's one way. And it looks like the discs are kind of about the same width as, I have some other pictures of this thing too that I can use to reference it. Let's open up one of those. That's a good one. Let's open that one. Well, that's got something completely different. Okay, that doesn't even have the heatsink in the front of this picture here. I would love to show it to you, but I'm afraid to click over to Krita because I think we're going to have a crashy if I do that. I don't want that. Let's see. I might have to dig up some more references. Here's another one. Oh, yeah. See, this doesn't have it either. So a lot of people are leaving those off, which you could do, I suppose. I think it looks really cool. It definitely takes it away out of the Mauser territory a little bit. Maybe more of a space blaster at that point. So I think we're going to go ahead and build it in, but we're going to build our own. So what I want to do is I'm going to make a cylinder right here. On this guy. I'm going to make a cylinder right there, right on that thing right there. And we're going to call this heatsink mesh. And I think this is going to be the last thing I do tonight. We'll save this for the next time I come back, which hopefully won't be too long. Okay, this is a really good orientation. And this is cool because this line is lining up perfectly with that. So we're going to scale this down so that it is about the same width. I think we could go just a little bit past. Could actually be kind of interesting, maybe. And then I want to do this next part manually. So I guess I could kind of do it a little bit like so. Yeah, we're going to have to, let's move this thing back just a little bit. Move it right to there. Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right, now the reason why I did that is because now I can take this and this, and I can do this. I can bring it down to here, and that's cool right there. And then we can do the same thing over here. Yeah, I think in this particular instance, I may modify the receiver. So because we're going to do something here, and we're going to take this face and we're going to bring it up there. And then now I want to actually create this. I think I'm going to pull this edge out here. Now I'm just going to do one side of this cylinder because I'm going to show you something cool. How we can, oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do an extrusion. I want to do a move. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this vertex and this vertex here. Yes, I believe. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to need one here too. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's probably fine. So let's get rid of this and this, and actually keep that. Yes. Okay. And we're going to get rid of all of these. Okay. Now we need an edge there. We don't have any other edges, right? Oh. What are these guys doing? Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh. Okay. Well, that seems to be one piece. That's okay. We can fix that. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm probably going to need to bring these up just a little bit. Just a little bit. So they're on that stair step. Right there. Just like that. Okay. And then we got to do the same thing over here. What I want to do is I want to bring this guy right here. I'm going to bring him a little closer. Black length, flat faces, and there they are. So now let's just pull this up to here, like so. That's good. And then we'll leave this guy in because what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a little bit of an extrusion here. We're going to shrink this down just a tiny bit. And then we're going to extrude it. Okay. So we want to go into edit mode. Select all. minus x, scaling on x, like so. Then take all our exterior bases here. Why do you keep doing that, bro? Did you select something in here? I feel like you may have. I feel like you may have. But then again, maybe not. Okay, so we want sky, and then we want this guy, and then we want this guy. Alright, so now we're going to do an Alt-E, and we're going to extrude faces along normals. We just want to come out a little bit, like right there. It's perfect. That's perfect. So, yeah, we might even be able to come out just a little bit more than that. Or a little bit more than 0.5 millimeter. So I'm kind of wanting to go like right there. Oh, check it out. We need to fix that. Okay, that's easy. Okay, that's cool. And then yeah, we're gonna have to take those two faces out of there. Two faces. Isolate this because I gotta fix that real quick. Got a face here, and I gotta get rid of this. And we'll go here. Yeah, see, we got this edge. There we go. Now we fixed it. Okay, I don't know why I can't do that. Oh, there might be more than one edge there. Let me check. All right. Why isn't it just? Do we have an extra edge there? Aha! There it is. There's the problemo. Let's get rid of this face. No, actually, no, this face here. Let's get rid of that face there. Delete faces. And now we should be able to do this. As we can select the right edge. We'll get this guy. And then we'll get this guy. And then we've got this. This we will just get by F. Okay. So there's that. This is good. We don't really need to do anything with this. I think I want to leave this. This has to be, I just realized this has to be open. As does this. Let's get rid of that. As does this and this. Because these guys are, I believe, let's bring it back. Yeah, these guys are going to be kind of like hugging the outside of this, basically. Now we'll need a little refinement there, just a little bit, but it doesn't look bad. I'm going to bring this out to here, there, and then we'll put this one here like that. We're going to do the same thing down here. And we'll pick this. Like that. And now we need to basically fill these in. So let's go ahead and isolate this again. And just to make sure this thing's symmetrical, we're going to use another Machine Tools product. Hit Alt-X, and we get to mirror, or symmetrize in this case, inside of edit mode, which is always nice. And it doesn't make a modifier, it just does it. And it's pretty cool. I really like that functionality a lot. Okay, so I think at this point, let's bring this back. I like the way that looks. a lot. What I want to do now is figure out how many loop cuts I want to have, because I'm going to start making these little heatsink dudes. Let's go back into the gun picks. Okay, now we're gonna count and see how many we gotta make here. Okay, so with the bottom, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big ones, and then we're gonna have a smaller set. Interesting. Interesting. I think I know what I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay, let's bevel those. Okay. And now you can see we've got a set of faces here that we can do some stuff with. Oh, no. Come on, bro. Bro, I need you to cooperate. Thank you. All right. Two faces along normals. Let's just bring these out. About right there. Okay, cool. And then I can take these faces here. Yeah, we've already got a little bit of a thing right there. So what do I need to? Oh, I can. How awesome is that? Okay, we got that. Got that. And same thing over here. And I mean, I don't have to do this. I could just do another symmetrize, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the 3D cursor about right there. And I'm gonna go E, Y, and S, Z. Or no, S, Y. S, Y, because we're on the Y axis. Why? Because we like you. Okay, yes, we're going to need a loop right here. These are going to be the thinner loops now. We're going to need another one right here. Thinner type. And we're going to go 1, 2. We need a whole lot of loops. Yeah, you know. Undo those. Control B. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of fun. Because, you know, we got to get in here and select all these spaces independently. But we will try and make it happen reasonably quickly. Yeah, we got to go like halfway across the front. Because otherwise Blender thinks it wants to take the shortest path. So in this case, it actually is choosing the shortest path, as opposed to when it has triangles, then it like does really weird things and picks paths that there's no way they could be the shortest path. But right now it is picking the shortest path. If I don't go out the front, it goes straight across the back, which is the shortest path. But this is a very, see, I just did it again. Very handy selection tool. So basically what I'm doing is I'm holding down Shift because I don't want to lose all the things I've already selected. Selecting a face, then I'm going over here, I'm holding down Alt, and I'm left clicking on that face, then I'm going to go over here, and I'm still holding Alt, or Control rather, not Alt, and left clicking again, and that selects everything in that line. We're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to keep going until we get to the top. No, I think I want to do this. Yeah. We'll see. I can always remake this thing if I don't like it. So I may want to do it a different way. We'll see. These kind of parts are always fun because I want to catch the vibe of the one that's there, but I don't necessarily want to copy it. Now we're kind of free-forming a little bit, which is fun. This is where it gets a little more interesting. We're kind of keeping the flavor, but maybe we're going to do something different. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, we're almost done. So much concentration. It's crazy. Okay, get that. All right, now we're going to take these out just a little bit. And that. Okay, that actually looks pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind moving some of these inner ones in a little bit more, but we could potentially. That's interesting right there. So now in this case, I would want to put some kind of a closeout right here that goes all the way down and kind of fuses that all together. And just makes it look a little more intentional. Because right now this looks cool, but it doesn't look intentional. It looks like some piece that's just been made to fit in that spot. And that's exactly what it is. So, well, we will solve this mystery next time when I come back. But it's starting to come together. I have to draw a picture of this, so I'm going to actually draw this out because I've got several views from a couple of different versions of this gun, and I want to kind of cherry pick the stuff that I like the best, and then maybe add a few little touches of my own, and come up with something completely new. So we're going to do this thing next time, and we'll be working off some drawings, which I'm going to try to incorporate into the stream area so we can see it while I build. So we'll figure that out next time. But anyway, that's all we got for today, and I am going to try really, really hard to be back in a couple of days. This last week has been just a nightmare with the weather. We've had a lot of deliveries that have come in later than they should have, and we've just got orders piling up, and it's going to all come out great, but it's just it's a grind right now. So streaming kind of wasn't really an option that was available, but this next week is looking like it's going to be a lot better. So I'm going to hopefully get one more stream in during this upcoming week, maybe even on Monday. Monday's a holiday, so that might actually be a good day to stream. So we'll play it by ear. We'll let you guys know. But anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody for showing up. The two people that I know for sure were here is Mrs. Evans. Thank you, Mrs. Evans, for appearing. I appreciate it, as always. And Charlie Short Fused. Thank you, brother. Really glad you're here. And yeah, that's very cool. So anyway, thank you all very much, and I will see you next time. This is HK7335 signing out.